Hello everybody, this is Baka Zombie. Welcome back to another Pokemon VGC Regulation H video. We're back this week with the final video for the Hisuian Typhlosion team, or Sussy Hisui as you can see I called it. Originally when I started doing these videos, the idea of doing 3 with the same team was to evolve the team as we went. But with these last 2 teams I haven't really done much evolving with them because they are basically built to the best of their, not really, yeah, I guess best of their abilities. So I don't know. I may look at, relook at the structuring of how I upload these if I do, and keep doing 3, or I don't think I'll ever be at a point where I could do a new team every week, just because it'd be a little bit too much building there. So we'll see how this series continues forward. I'm going to continue to do it, obviously. It's just how I want to structure it. Anyway, is there anything we would change with this team? I think the only thing I'd really change is probably Sneasler. I'm not sold on the normal gem fake out Sneasler. Especially because, so originally the team was built with Whimsicott having Focus Sash, but I switched it to Covert Cloak as I was building it, so that I just didn't change the Sneasler. And it's not that normal gem Sneasler is bad either, because I think both normal gem and Focus Sash have a place. It's just, I think the Sneasler should have acrobatics. Maybe drop Protect for acrobatics would be the way I'd go with that, but that being said, we're just running her as is. So if you do want to try the team out for yourself, the rental code is in the description below, and of course, as soon as we get to Master Ball, it resets the season. That's how it goes with these things. So we are starting off in Great Ball with a clean old record. So we'll see how that goes for us. Okay, I was gonna say, do I have to stall, or are you gonna find a opponent for us? We are gonna find an opponent as I itch my eye. Our first team that we go against is a Sun Trick Room team with a Lilligant, Hydreigon, Annihilate, Hariyama, Torkoal, and Oranguru. So they could lead Hariyama Oranguru to get Fake Out, and then Oranguru can't get faked out because it has Inner Focus most of the time, or sometimes it has Telepathy, but I don't think they'd have Telepathy with this team, so it's probably just Inner Focus. And then you can type Trick Room. I could lead Hisuian Typhlosion and Whimsicott. Kind of like that. Yeah, because that also covers if they go for like Torkoal Lilligant, because then I can Tailwind and still Erupt. I'm trying to think if there's any other, because like Annihilate could be a lead, but even then, I don't think it can do much. So I think we go Whimsicott Typhlosion. And outside of that, I think we need Primarina to just like fight with the Hydreigon. I think Garchomp can clean up. So let's go with that. Let's go with that. That's, the other thing too is that I just I guess I'm not used to using Sneasler. This is my first team with Sneasler, so I haven't really found a groove to use. I know it's like the easy button. Everybody's talking about how Sneasler is the new Urshifu. I just can't wrap my head around it, I guess. I know it's just like fast fake out and then hit him with Dire Claw and hope for paralysis or something, but we are going to see the Hariyama Oranguru, so this should be well, no. Does their Hariyama carry Wide Guard is the question. It is Flame Orb Hariyama. So typically they carry fake out, knock off close combat. Is the last move going to be Wide Guard though? And do I read that and go for Flamethrower instead? I could. I think I'm going to. So let's Helping Hand, Terra, Flamethrower into the Oranguru. I'm trying to read the Wide Guard here from the Hariyama. Well, we know it's not Thick Fat Hariyama, it's going to be Guts, so that's nice for us. Here's Helping Hand from Whimsicott. Looks Hariyama, it does go for Wide Guard, perfect. But let's see if Flamethrower Terra boosted is going to be enough. Charcoal boosted, Terra boosted, Helping Hand boosted, Flamethrower into the Oranguru. That doesn't KO still? Man. Whoa. So we're going to see the Twisted Dimensions. The nice thing here is I can actually protect and Encore the Oranguru. Unless, wait. If it's Mental Herb Oranguru, that might not work, because I think Mental Herb blocks the Encore. But I can Encore the Hariyama, so the Hariyama can't actually do anything. And then I will just Flamethrower the Hariyama, because the Oranguru should be able to do anything. Because I assume the Oranguru is going to Instruct. Or Oranguru, if that's how you want to say it. So here's the Wide Guard. Oranguru instructs. So it's going to Wide Guard again, which of course it can't do. And then Flamethrower from the Typhlosion. And that will bring the Hariyama very low. But now the Hariyama has to switch out, because it's stuck using Wide Guard. And then I can Encore the Oranguru. And honestly, this turn I can Erupt with Typhlosion. Because even if the Hariyama stays in, neither of them get to attack here. So I'm getting off my damn Eruption, whether you like it or not. I had to conundrum my way into it. There we go, Hariyama switches. Lilligant's coming in. Or Lilligant's going to be taking these Erupt. Okay, we're going to see if this thing had Mental Herb, and if Mental Herb stops Encore. Okay, yep. It does, it does. What does the Oranguru do here, though? Probably Psychic into what? Into the Whimsicott. Okay, take that. So now it's a full power Eruption from the Typhlosion. And it's just going to KO the Lilligant, too. Real nice, real nice. So Oranguru will faint, and Lilligant will faint. So I assume Torkoal's in the back. So you don't really bring Lilligant unless you have Torkoal with you, and there it is. Torkoal. And Hariyama. There's the Drought. How many turns of Trick Room we got left? 2? Yeah, 2, unfortunately. The Hariyama's gonna, like, slowly die here, which is nice. What I can actually do this turn is Whimsicott. I mean, Whimsicott dies here, unfortunately. You know what I can do? I can Encore this Hariyama in case it tries to fake out. And then I'm going to protect my Typhlosion. Just to burn a turn of Trick in here. We're going to see a Terra, probably from the Torkoal. You wouldn't Terra the Hariyama this late in the game when it's that low of health, too. Fire Terra Torkoal. Just to get that power on the Erupt. Typhlosion protects. Do we see the fake out from the Hariyama? No. Okay. That's fine, too, though. We see the Eruption from the Torkoal. I love Torkoal. I love Torkoal. I hate Ash's Torkoal. I'll say it. I'm sure people love Ash's Torkoal. I think it's character assassination for Torkoal. He crying all the time? Come on. He's just a cute little tortoise that goes, Too. And now you make him crying all the time? Not for me. Alright, so this is the last turn of Trick Room. What I can do here, I could do either Primarina or Garchomp. It's more important to keep Primarina or more important to keep Garchomp? You know, okay, so I want to bring Primarina, because Primarina can protect them. So he's the protect on the Primarina, and then Typhlosion's going to switch out for Garchomp. I know I could just leave Typhlosion in and take the 2 hits, but I'm just going to I'm just going to sacrifice Garchomp, let Typhlosion and Primarina close this out. So I thought about doing the other way because the sun is up. So the Primarina's Hyper Voice is going to be reduced in damage, but it's still a freaking Primarina. And the Torkoal is not going to have anything to do against the Primarina after that point. Torkoal actually goes for Solar Beam on Primarina. So that means Garchomp is... I mean, Garchomp's going to take a close combat, but that should ensure then that the Hariyama faints this turn. Because it's going to be taking Rough Skin, and Garchomp actually doesn't faint. So it's taking Rough Skin from Garchomp and its Flame Orb. So Hariyama's going to be down for sure, so that means it's just Torkoal. Because that would be... If Hariyama survived the turn, it could go for Wide Guard to stop Primarina from attacking. But now that it's gone, I can just Hyper Voice and Stomp in Tantrum this Torkoal. Which, Stomping Tantrum almost KOs it. Garchomp's going to faint because of the Life Orb. And then Primarina's Liquid Voice, Hyper Voice should still KO. Yep, single target. Nice! Boom. So, like... Whimsicott's one of those Pokemon where it does have 4 move syndrome, where it's got a lot of really good moves it can use. So, but Encore has become very much a favorite of mine on Whimsicott. I used to run Taunt over Encore, but Encore just seems to be so much better generally. So, I'm glad we have it on this Whimsicott, because that honestly Encore won us the game there. Because we were able to just shut down that Hariyama, so it couldn't do anything. So we're gonna get another battle here. I will cut in between battles this time. That last battle actually bumped us into Ultra Ball. So we moved right from Great Ball and Ultra Ball from our first match. And now we have another trick. Yeah, and DD Male can learn Trick Room. So it's like a Trick Room Sun team with Archaludon on it, which is interesting. So we have the Hisuian Sneasler. I kind of want to go Typhlosion Whimsicott again. Is that bad? Is that bad to do? I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, we're gonna go Whimsicott Typhlosion again. And outside of that... Corviknight doesn't like this team, but it also kind of does at the same time. No, I'm gonna say it doesn't. The only thing it really likes is the Sneasler. And even then. Primarina isn't the worst shout. I think we go same team. Are we squad same team? Like, Sneasler isn't bad here either, but I think Garchomp's just better. Well, let's see. Breaking Swipe, Stomping Tantrum, Earthquake. Maybe it's not. Maybe I do go Sneasler. Late game Sneasler. Let's go for it. I think this is a good idea. I think. Ooh, you got the Ho-Oh wings? Okay, I see you. Let's see what they lead. It's gonna be Murkrow Archaludon. Okay. Archaludon, do you get Wide Guard? Okay, I do have to Tailwind here. I would have loved to Helping Hand this first turn, but because Murkrow's out here and it can Tailwind, and possibly make the Archaludon faster than me, I don't want that happening. So we're gonna Frisk. We'll see the Eviolite, of course, and the Assault Vest. I guess Murkrow could Quash my Typhlosion, which would be bad. But we're just gonna go all out with the Eruption Terra, and then we're going to Tailwind as well. Okay, bye Terra. I assume my opponent doesn't Terra unless they have like Water Terra or Archaludon, which I guess is a possibility. I've really only seen Grass Terra. Grass Terra and Dragon Terra are the two I've seen, so they could Dragon Terra. But no, they're just gonna... Or no, I Tailwind first. What does the Murkrow go for? If it Quashes, that's a good play. No, it Rain Dances, also a good play. So the Archaludon will be able to use its thing. It's Electric Blast. Still should hurt, but it hurt a lot less than I thought it would. Dude, I'm just bad against Archaludon. I just don't know how to deal with Archaludon. Next team is just gonna be everybody pounds on Archaludon team. Let's see the electro shot, of course. Owie. I do live it, which is something. That does say something at least. Oh, something I can do here though. I can just switch. I didn't bring Garchomp. I should have brought Garchomp. If I would have brought Garchomp, I could have just encored the Archaludon into electro shot and then swapped in boy for free, but here we are. I'm assuming I get quashed. Hold on, actually, something I can do here. I can Moonblast the Archaludon and... Okay, we do see the Tailwind now from Murkrow. So I could have Helping Hand, but I think double attacking is honestly better. If I could get a drop on either side... Get a special attack drop. No, I don't. And Shadow Ball. Get a special defense drop. I don't. Left and right, I don't. Flash Cannon in the Whimsicott is going to KO me. But now, the Archaludon cannot... the Murkrow can't make both of my Pokemon slower than the Archaludon. And it's low enough that I think Primarina's Liquid Voice in the rain is going to KO it. And Shadow Ball should also KO it, I believe. So let's just double here. I'd love to still have my Terra for Primarina, but alas, we used it, and we got Rain Danced on. I was not expecting the Rain Dance when they have so many Fire-type Pokemon. I just thought the Archaludon was just kind of hanging out, doing its own thing, but it did have help with the Murkrow. Maybe they don't have Quash, then, on Murkrow? It's going for Foul Play. Yeah, Archaludon just faints. Okay, I take that. I think Murkrow Foul Plays Typhlosion, probably. Yeah. Unfortunate that Primarina is slower than the Murkrow, but honestly, Typhlosion, you did your job, I guess. I mean, you took care of the Archaludon. So we are at an even 2-2. My Primarina is in the rain with the Throat Spray. The only thing will be if it Torkoal's in the back. Torkoal in the back would be bad for me. Actually, really bad because I have Sneasler instead of Garchomp. Yeah, I should have brought Garchomp. Should have just brought Garchomp. Let's see what they end up having. If it's like Charizard and not Torkoal, that'd be good. Because they also had Sneasler, Charizard, Torkoal. I don't know what their last mon was. Indeedee. So I do see Sneasler. Shiny Sneasler. Hello. And Indeedee. Okay, so no Torkoal. But we are going to see the Psychic Surge, so the Sneaslers can't fake out each other. We see Psychic Seed on their Sneasler, but their Sneasler can Dire Claw me. Which I hate. But I think I take one. I do think I take one. I'm gonna Dire Claw their Indeedee, and then go for Hyper Voice. Primarina bulky. You can take a Dire Claw, right, girl? These are actually protects here. That's kind of fine. Okay, well, Indeedee protecting 2 isn't as fine. I would have preferred that Indeedee didn't protect. Because they staggered their Tailwind, so that means that they get to have a free turn of Tailwind where they're outspeeding me. And I believe it's this turn. I'd assume as much. That's why you double protect here. Yep, my team's Tailwind peters out. I'm gonna Dire Claw their Sneasler, going for the Paralysis, and then I protect my Primarina. The only thing I can do here, the Indeedee probably just knocks out my Sneasler, unfortunately. But if I can paralyze their Sneasler, or even burn their Sneasler. Okay, we're gonna see a Terra. Did they call me protect? No. Okay, they Terra their the Psychic, because they want to make sure that they KO my Sneasler, which I think you would have with just a normal Psychic type attack here, but whatever. But protect from the Primarina. Their Sneasler, Dire Claw's my Sneasler, though. Going for the same thing, maybe? Expanding full. Yeah, I should have assumed they were going to outspeed me. For the Tailwind. That sucks. My Pre-Marina could have just Hyper Voiced there. Could have been fine, but alas. And the rain stops, too. Oh, boy. They did call my Protect. And attacked my Sneasler instead. Good on them. Because I got rid of... If I had Focus Sash, they would have gotten rid of it there. But I have normal gem. Honestly, I would have rather the Torkoal be here. And then DD really screwed me up by having the Psychic Surge. I mean, they would have also just double protected again, and I still wouldn't have gotten Fake Out off anyway. So, yeah, it just having to expend all my resources in that Archaludon. Again, Archaludon is just my kryptonite. I don't know what to do about it. I never make teams I can do anything about it. Oh god, that almost killed me. And I get poisoned, so I die anyway. Well, let's see how much +1 Hyper Voice does these two, unless DD outspeeds. Okay, Melee DDs are usually faster because they're using that Super Trick Room Heavy. But I thought Pre-Marina would still outspeed it. That's kind of sad. Alright, well, we're going to take a loss in our second match. But let's chalk off Archaludon still losses these days. I've got to figure out what to do about Archaludon. Like, I have... Again, if I would have brought Garchomp, actually, we would have been in a really good spot. I think. Or would I? Well, yeah, because I would have encored the Archaludon and brought it in, and then we would have been good. So, should have stuck with my gut, went with Garchomp. But I was like, nah, Sneasler. Let's get a third battle. A sand team for our final team. So we've had rain and sun and sand. We weathering out today. So Tyranitar, Lycanroc, Corviknight, Garchomp, Goldingo, and the Dragapult. I mean, my own Garchomp is gonna be good here. We just have to like keep Typhlosion alive for Corviknight. We have to like force the Corviknight to Terra, essentially. And then if it Terras, hopefully it Terras like Dragon, and then our Garchomp can take care of it. So I believe we bring Sneasler. Do we lead Sneasler Garchomp, or do we lead like Sneasler Corviknight? Because Corviknight also kind of walls their team. Unfortunately, I'm not like body press Corviknight, so that'd be really good here. But even Ironhead Corviknight's good here. So I think I go Sneasler Corviknight, Garchomp Typhlosion. Yeah, Typhlosion kind of wraps everything up really neatly in a bow at the end, especially if we get a Tailwind and they don't have a Tailwind up. Because that means I can Shadow Ball the Dragapult, I can Shadow Ball the Goldingo, I can Erupt or Flamethrower on the Corviknight and the Goldingo. Tyranitar and Lycanroc, Garchomp doesn't love, and then I already forgot their last Pokemon. But it was another mon that's not affected by sand. Corviknight, Goldingo, Tyranitar, Lycanroc. And now I forgot the mon that is a Dragapult. What's the mon that's their other mon? What's your other mon? Garchomp. So more likely than not, Tyranitar Terras into Terra Flying. Do I let my Sneasler get knocked out, though, or do I just fake out, like, the Lycanroc? Or I guess it's safer to fake out the Tyranitar. That's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to try and fake out the Tyranitar. And then I'm going to Ironhead the Lycanroc here. So if I get this fake out off on the Tyranitar, then I'll be faster than the Lycanroc next turn. So if it is like a Focus Sash Endeavor set, then I'll outspeed it. No Terras from my opponent, though. I could have straight up just close combated that Tyranitar and killed it. But we get the fake out off on it. Lycanroc goes for Rock Slide, though. Corviknight's going to avoid. Then Ironhead into the Lycanroc. And of course, it's Focus Sash Lycanroc, because why wouldn't it be? And the Tyranitar is going to flinch. Sneasler is buffeted by sand, and so is nobody else. But now Sneasler outspeeds, so I can Dire Claw the Lycanroc to KO it, and then Corviknight with Corviknight. Do I just Iron Head the Tyranitar, or do I set up Tailwind here? I'm gonna set up Tailwind. Lycanroc actually protects. Okay. Tyranitar is still not Terra. It's very interesting. Does it have, like, Earthquake, maybe? High horsepower, and it is going to land on Sneasler. That's unfortunate. But I did Tailwind. So now I could just bring in Garchomp and Earthquake into Freeland. Here comes Garchomp. And then I Earthquake. Earthquake with Garchomp, and I'm going to Iron Head. It's not Terraflying Lycanroc, is it? I'm just going to Iron Head the Tyranitar. I think the Tyranitar is going to find me Terra here, maybe? God, the amount of times I could have just close commented that Tyranitar is insane. Lycanroc tries to go for Protect again, but cannot, so Garchomp is going to be able to KO it. We're going to be getting 2 attacks off into this Tyranitar, so I don't think it survives. Oh yeah, it definitely doesn't survive. I'm surprised they haven't Terra the Tyranitar. It must not be Terra Flying. I wonder what Terra the Tyranitar is then. Terra Tyranitar. Yeah, we just get 2 KOs. Very interesting. And now we have Garchomp under Tailwind, so if something like Dragapult is in the back, I wonder if they're just saving the Terra for the Corviknight, like they're holding on to it that closely. I do worry though if it is like Corviknight Dragapult, because my Garchomp has Breaking Swipe, and if it's Mirror Armor Corviknight, then it's going to bounce that back at me. It will still hit the Dragapult. We're going to see Dragapult. Ooh, I like the shiny. And Goldingo. Okay. Okay. This is fine. I just go for Earthquake then. Earthquake and once again an Iron Head into the Dragapult. We'll probably see a Terra from one of these two. I assume we'll see a Terra from one of these two. If not, what are you doing over there? But going for the Earthquake over the Break and Swipe, first off, super effective in the Golden Go, which is nice. Second off, if it's like Fairy Terra Dragapult, then it's not becoming immune to Garchomp. I thought about tearing my Corviknight, but there's a chance that the Dragapult still goes for something like Dragon Darts here. Instead of like a flamethrower. Yeah, we just straight up knock out the Golden Go. Apparently my opponent's just not tearing. They just have a bunch of shinies and they're not gonna Terra ever. Let's see, what does the Dragapult go for? Okay, it does have a berry though. Citrus? Citrus berry Dragapult? Okay. And it is Dragon Darts, that's why I didn't want to Terra my Corviknight. Because now we resist that. And Iron Head should just KO. Bop. Oh wow, it did not. But Sandstorm, do you KO? No, Dragapult just barely holds on with its little Citrus Berry. But this should be game. It's 1 HP. I believe Sandstorm still has another turn. Yeah, that's the last turn of Sandstorm. Actually, I don't know that they take damage on the last turn of Sandstorm. But what I can do is just Earthquake again. Yeah, obviously, and Iron Head. Yeah. That was an interesting one. No Terras from my opponent. The Lycanroc never... I mean, the Lycanroc couldn't go for Endeavor, right? Because we had Sneasler with Unburden up. And I don't know. I think we'll get one more. Just because that one was a little bit quicker. So we'll have a little bit of a longer episode for the final one. And let's see if we can effectively use Sneasler in this final one. I had to say we'll do another one, and we end up fighting another Archaludon. And this looks very much like a rain team. It's going to be Klefki setting up the rain, though. So, how do we combat that? Corv would be good. We might have to Terra Corv, though, really early. But I could go Garchomp Corviknight. Or Garchomp Sneasler. I could go Garchomp Sneasler and then fake out with Sneasler. Or... because, like, I'm thinking in an instance where Archaludon leads with Klefki, but it could very well be anybody else. Literally anybody else. So, I know Sneasler's starting, so I can fake out the keys. But who sits next to it? Probably Garchomp, right? I think Garchomp generally is really good here. We're going to bring Primarina, because if they want to set up the rain for me, go for it, bud. And then, as far as my final mon, do I bring Typhlosion? Or do I bring Corviknight? I'm going to go Corviknight. I don't know that that's the right answer, but it does give me some kind of speed control in the later part of the game. I'm probably going to have to end up tearing my Garchomp, depending on who they lead. If they lead, like, Kilowattrel and Klefki, we should be fine to not Terra. But if it's, like, Greninja, I will have to Terra. What do we got here? It is Archaludon! Okay, well, here's the deal. We fake out the keys. Do I Terra Garchomp? I don't want to get Durgan Pulsed, you know? Water Terra and Stomping the keys. We're just going to remove the keys so they have no rain. Unless another mon learns Rain Dance. I mean, a lot of them learn Rain Dance. If another mon carries Rain Dance. This is making me weak to the Archaludon's Electro Shot. But if we get rid of the rain... so is it going to be Ghost Terra? Ghost Terra keys? No, they're going to Terra the Archaludon. That's why I didn't really Terra to Earthquake. It is Fairy Terra. That's actually not bad. Because that means next turn I can Dire Claws the Archaludon. Keys are faked out. They are flinched. Garchomp stomping tantrums. It's just straight up KOs the keys. Perfect. Get rid of that rain, baby. What does the Archaludon go for? Dragon Pulse, I'd assume, right? Or Draco Meteor? Yeah, Draco Meteor. Ooh, even better. Draco, drop you to -2. And we live it. Who's coming out here? It's going to be somebody who's unrivaled. It's going to be Greninja. Water Shuriken is faster in close combat, isn't it? Greninja, huh? I'm going to Dire Claws. Unfortunately, I think Garchomp kind of did its job. I'm just going to try to Stomping the Archaludon as well. Water Shuriken. Is that going after Sneasler? Oh no, he's getting stamina boost. I see what you're doing. Okay. And the Luminous Moss? You're gross, dude. Okay. I was gonna make this thing really bulky. Which sucks. But it is -2 special attack as well. So it probably has Body Press. The Dire Claws, can we get the Paralysis? We get the Poison. Okay, I'll take Poison. There's a little bit of chip. I mean, honestly, Poison is probably the worst of them, but it's giving us chip for how many freaking defense boosts this thing is getting. We just chip it a little bit more with Stomping Tantrum. And Garchomp, do you faint to that? Okay, well, Body Press is gonna not kill me. Even with all those boosts, Body Press still does not kill. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to protect my Sneasler, because I don't want to get Water Shuriken by the Greninja, and then I can Earthquake the Garchomp. Womp womp. Oh, you Water Shurikens the Garchomp? Why? Why wouldn't you go after the Sneasler? The Sneasler's the threat. So weird. You're such a weirdo. Alright, well, Garchomp faints, unfortunately. Archaludon, gonna go for Body Press. Not gonna affect me. Because I'm protecting. Now, Poison. Primarina can come in here pretty freely. Actually, I'm gonna bring Corv. I'm gonna bring Corviknight in the open spot. And then I'm gonna swap Sneasler for Primarina, because I'm assuming Sneasler's getting Water Shuriken. Even if it's not and it's getting Body Pressed, it will eat it. It'll eat it. And then I will Tailwind it with Corviknight, so we have speed control. I didn't even think of the self-Water Shuriken. Everybody just wants to be Pop Bomb Stamina out here. Here's the Water Shuriken into the Primarina. Take off. This Greninja's honestly been useless since it set up the Archaludon. Oh my god, this still did so much. We hit the Tailwind. I mean, it hasn't been useless because it did KO my Garchomp. We do see the leftovers recovery from the Corv. A little more poison. So now, and yeah, the Archaludon hangs on by 1 HP, which isn't the end. That's actually kind of good, because now I can Liquid Voice, Hyper Voice, and Roost. There's the Roost from the Corviknight. The Greninja isn't going for Water Shuriken this time. Water Shuriken has priority. Sludge Wave from the Greninja. Okay, well, you're KOing your own Archaludon, and my Primarina kind of eats that. And my Corviknight, of course, is immune. So now you're single target. Primarina is so slow. Why are you so slow, Primarina? Okay. We get the boost. The nice thing is I shouldn't take another Sludge Wave here, because I can just Brave Bird into the Greninja now. We'll see what my opponent has in the back here. Because this is their last mon, because we knocked out a Klefki. It's going to be Aqua Breed Taurus. Going to Moonblast, I think. And Brave Bird into the Greninja. Okay, Corviknight's first. Pop, that's a kill. Easy. And now does Taurus outspeed Primarina and have something for Primarina? Okay, Primarina does outspeed with Tailwind. Perfect. Flop. Gets rid of the Taurus, and that is going to be the game. So we beat Archaludon. We did it. So thank you guys so much for joining us today. I know I'm doing that voice. I'm trying to focus on things that I know are annoying and stop doing them. That's going to be the next thing. I didn't say okay or all right at the start of any of the battles today, and now it's working on making that mouth noise. I'm sorry for those who are annoyed by it, but thank you guys so much for joining us today. We were able to get the only weather we didn't see, which was snow, which makes sense. Snow is not the best, even with the kind of buff, kind of sideways balance that it got this generation. Still not good. But we saw sun, we saw rain, we saw sand, we saw rain. Technically, we didn't see rain in the last one because I took care of the Klefki before I was able to set it up, which might have been helpful. I mean, the Water Shurikens would have been doing more damage, and the Archaludon had Draco Meteor, it had Body Press. Did we see anything else? I don't think so. It probably did have Electro Shot though, which would have been annoying. That would have been really bad. Because it would have just... Actually, I don't know that Archaludon ever fought against Corviknight or Primarina, because I think it just got Sludge Waved and died at that point. No, Because it did body press the Corviknight, so it could have, I guess, electroshotted that spot at some point. But the rain would have been annoying for something else, I'm sure, on that team. Probably not, though. No, it's just the Greninja that would have really taken advantage of it. But we got rid of it, so we can hum and her all we want about it. At the end of the day, we took care of it. So, again, if you guys want to try the team out for yourself, the rental code is in the description below. Otherwise, like and subscribe if you have not already. And we'll see you guys next time. Have a good night, everybody.